So this is my colourful, warm, sunsetty makeup tutorial inspired by Stacey Marie. I really enjoyed filming this one and I hope you guys enjoy it. So firstly I'm taking a flat paintbrush. This is just a really cheap one that I got from the range, and my NYX Full Coverage Concealer to just carve out my brows. This one is in Fresh Beige. I'm now taking the P. Louise base in Rumour 2 and just patting this on my eyelid to give a base for the eyeshadows to grasp onto. I'm now taking the shade Addicted from the P. Louise Secret Sinner palette and just buffing this in the socket of my eyelid. You really want to build up the colour with this, so just keep going over it and blending it out until it's seamless. Next I'm taking this Monachi brush, and with the same colour that I used from the palette, I am just rebuilding that colour up just to make it a little bit more deep. FYI, all of the brushes that I am using come in sets, so they don't have individual numbers to them, so I'll leave a link in the description box with all of the sets that I'm using today in this video. Next I'm taking the shades Hooked and In Lust, again from the Secret Sinner palette from P. Louise, and just buffing that over the top of the previous shadow. I'm now taking the shade Climax and just buffing it over the top of the pink shade. This also creates like an orangey colour as well as the yellow, which is absolutely gorgeous. To deepen the colours even more, I'm taking the shade Velvet Kiss and just buffing it between the yellow and the pink. Now taking the shade Affair and just buffing this underneath my eye and connecting it to the purple shade. This is a gorgeous blue colour. And then I'm taking the shade Powder from the Liquor Lash Playful palette and just connecting it and blending the two colours together. From the Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette, I'm taking the shades The Sight and Frozen North and just popping those shimmers on top of my eyelid, just on the outer corner. I'm then taking this Miss Selfridge pigment in the shade Raj. I'm just popping it on the inner part of my lid and just blending the two pigments together. For a subtle liner, I'm taking the shade Take the Black from the Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette and just buffing it along my lash line, ready to apply lashes. I'm using the Primark 3D Iconic lashes. They're so cheap and they look absolutely amazing. I am now picking up the P. Louise pigment in Hint of Desire and applying it to my brow bone and inner corner. Next I'm taking this Revolution Infinite Concealer in the shade C7 and just applying it underneath my eyes and then buffing out with a fluffy blending brush. I'm now applying the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NW35 with a flat foundation brush. This one is from Spectrum. Taking this buffing brush by Morphe, I am just blending out all my foundation and making the base really even, ready for our next products. I'm now taking a mixture of concealers. I use the Revolution Infinite Concealer in C2, the L'Oreal Infallible in 326 and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. And I'm just blending that all out with my beauty blender. To contour, I am taking the Revolution Foundation Stick in F16 and the LA Pro Girl Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just contouring where I usually contour. We're just going to blend that all in with the foundation brush I use for my foundation. For powder, I'm just setting my under eyes and wherever I get a bit oily with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just patting that in to my skin. For bronzer, I am using the Morphe Filter Effect in Filter 11. This is just a gorgeous shade to just top up the contour and set it all in place. I'm now taking this blush by Helen E in the shade French Fancy and just applying this to the apples of my cheeks in an upwards direction to create a lift to the face. And then I'm taking MAC Soft and Gentle and just applying this to my cheeks and the bridge of my nose. I am now lining my lips with the Primark lip liner in the shade Toffee, and then going over my lips with the Body Shop liquid lipstick in the shade Windsor Rose, and then on top of that a P. Louise gloss in the shade Holler, which is a gorgeous pink colour.